Good morning. So, I got your little horse out, and I've been trying to make a video for her about 15 minutes, and I keep getting scam calls that are keeping me from completing it. So, we're going to bang it out real quick, and hopefully, we don't get any calls. But I've been at the Sun Circuit for about 10 days, and it kind of, I had big plans on taking everybody with me down there and riding them amongst the chaos, and it just didn't work out. Like, by the days that I did take horses over there, I didn't get to them, and the days that I probably could have, it was raining. So I kept coming home and working on what I could. But she only got about, I don't know, say like 2 or 3 rides this last week. Um, the the things that I've been mostly working on here is just refinement and sharpening. Like, you got a lot of good on her, but I'm just trying to sharpen these things to where she has the accountability and the awareness to kind of come to the pool and let me help her do things. And like, there's a lot of good here, but up until now, and then, I mean, still at times, like, I've got to pull a lot to get what I need out of her. So I've been being pretty hard on her about leaning on my hands or leaning on my feet. So um, that's the main thing. Like, I don't think she lacks talent. I don't think she's a bad horse. I just think she's a little dull at this point. But um, that's kind of what we're working on, is sharpening things up and adding maneuvers as we go. Like, it's good to get a good turnaround, but if I have to pull hard to get it, I'm never going to get it as good as I would if, say, I was doing it with fingertips here. So, like, for example, I'm asking her to turn with just the neck rein and the lightest little feel right here, and she's kind of turning, but kind of walking a big old circle out there. Well, she caught herself before I could even explain what I was really doing. But I'm kind of starting here real light and then kind of getting aggressive and saying, hey, that means something. And then going back to asking real light again. And I call that push ups. Like, hey, I'm going to ask you the way I would in the show pen. And then if you don't do it when I ask you, I'm going to give you a bunch of push ups to do. And so you'll see me do a bunch of that on a cow, and you'll see me do a bunch of it here in the dry work. But I'm just trying to get her ready to be on my team when the cow comes in here. So that's all good. I'm glad you stopped the way that you did. The only thing you're lacking now is, as I'm picking up, you're just kind of dragging your feet backwards. And I want your feet to come when my hands take a hold of you. So I'm just trying to get her a little bit more active and get her ready to do something here. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to have to stand on this outside leg to get ready for a turn. So I'm kind of pushing her around on her outside hind leg, letting her turn. She missed that stop. She's not in trouble. Like, I'm trying not to beat her up. I'm getting into her when she gets heavy. Not bad. Could be better, but not bad. Okay, cool. So that time she stopped and then come right back to the feel of it. Let's grab us a cow here. Look out, deers. Get in there so I can get me a beef. That's kind of a deal right there. There we go. And there's not a specific problem. It's just it's a universal problem of her taking a lot of reminding on how to do things. Like, for example, hey, move your hip over so I can close this gate. And she's kind of like, well, I don't really give a shit about that leg. And then she pushes you to a point where you kind of got to kick on her to get her to care. And it's not it's not the end of the world. I mean, there's a lot of them that are just like this. I think I was pretty similar when I was in PE in high school. I needed some push-ups and I needed some jobs to do that made me give a shit about what they were asking me to do, and that's kind of where she's at. And I'm just looking for things. I'm looking for effort that I can really reward and make her feel good about. Like the fact that she's coming over here and stopping when the cow stops, that means a lot to me. Because now, rather than me saying, whoa, this cow's saying, whoa, and I'm trying to back the cow up, trying to let her make these turns on her own, kind of leak into the cow there. So we'll catch it and we'll show her how to do it right. We'll go back to the cow. And the neat thing about doing things this way is that the cow kind of becomes the bad guy, and it almost creates a little bit more cow in there. Is the cow's going to say it first, and then I'm going to back the cow up. So this cow's saying, "Hey, we better go." I'm going to back her up and say, "Hey, we missed that turn there. We better be ready to turn and go with the cow." That cow said, "Whoa, we didn't stop. Let's give her a few push-ups to do here on the end." I'm kind of hoping then that cow will leave so that I could set her up to do it over. There we go. Same thing. Okay, that was like a D minus, but it was still a passing grade where at least the cow said whoa and she reacted to it and didn't just trot off into the wild blue yonder. Set a little bit more of this up. I like where her feet are getting. Her feet are getting a little bit more athletic right here. Pretty good stuff. Let's see if we can't bang us out. A little running right here. Maybe get us a fence time. Okay, same thing. Cow said, whoa, we didn't pay attention. We got to do some push ups.